Waiting for the red button. Okay. Mr. Chair, Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in a virtual world all of a sudden. All of us have been plunged into this new world. And to be a leader in the physical world is sometimes very challenging. We have certain skills that we bring to the table. We can influence people with our personalities. But even in that realm, it's really sometimes challenging to be a leader. Now imagine you're plunged into a virtual situation overnight. You've been leading a company. You've had people that you influenced every day, and you had to get the ship going every day. But all of a sudden, you're plunged into virtual reality. Today, I'm going to give you 3 tips, 3 strategies that I've come up with to help people within this situation. The first one is, I call it the technical challenge. The second one is the personal side of things. And the third one is about the social side of things, because we're starting to forget that we are social beings and we're now in isolation. So first, technical. Technical is very important for people to realize that you're speaking into a camera now, and the little green dot at the top means eye contact. If I look at someone inside the area, I'm not making eye contact with that person. I'm just seeing the person. I want to make eye contact, I have to look in there. And some of us don't even know there's a camera little button there. People look up off in space. They look this way. That's very important that you discover, I'm an actor now. I have to speak in there to make eye contact. Very important. Also important is to make sure that you are at eye level with a camera. So I'm at a standing desk right now, and it may look to you like I'm in a very professional environment. And I actually am. If you don't tilt the screen too much, because you'll discover that I'm actually in the second bathroom of our apartment right now. It's the only room in our house where they can't hear trains when trains go by. It's the only room where I can close the door and the dog can't come in. But no one knows it. The background looks professional, right? It looks perfect. And I'm at eye level. My standing desk are boxes on the vanity. No one knows it, just you and I know that. But it looks professional. So you have to be there. And also important, fill the screen. If you're a little picture in the back there, or maybe this talking like this, it's very difficult to be inspiring. And if you tower over it, it's even worse. So if the camera level is lower than your eyes, it feels intimidating to people, and they may see your nose hairs. So please don't do that. So the third thing is, become a Zoom master. We're on Zoom all the time these days. So use Zoom, know about it, and use your hands, be your gestures, and speak into the camera. So that's the technical side of things. Personality-wise, your face needs to fill the screen. There are some great examples of people here with their faces filling the screen, because we want to be able to see your expressions. If you sit too far away, or you have a backlight behind you and your face is in darkness, we cannot see what is going on. So we want to see them. And also remember, expressions are everything these days. When you're in an audience, you can feel the audience. You can hear there's someone laughing, or there's someone getting bored or something. But right now, people are just in their little boxes. So whenever you make a point, ask people, have you seen that? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone? Are you all with me right now? Let's see, thumbs up. If you're not, because we can't see, we can't hear, and some people are not thumbs upping yet. So I'm waiting until everyone is thumbs up, and that means we can go on. Perfect. Because we have to make that connection. That's really important that we do this. Another thing, except for facial expressions and virtual and vocal variety, all the skills we've learned as Toastmasters need to happen all the time still. We need to pause. We need to use expressions. We need to use expressions on our face and hand gestures. We can do that all, but it's a little bit like acting now, because we have to do it in virtual space. And it feels awkward at first. For me to speak to a little green dot the whole time, I had to get used to it. So that's important. And another thing, really important, is the colors we have in our picture. I've learned that for my particular skin color, I need to have something that's kind of a rosy color. So I'm dressed all in pink today for you, just to make me look better. Because when I dress up as green, I show up like, I don't know, an ogre on TV. It doesn't work well. So find something that works with your particular skin color and bring that to the screen, because we want to be inspiring and our personalities need to come across. So make sure that happens, please. Thirdly, I want to talk about the social aspect. We're now meeting in virtual space. There's this barrier between us. Right now I'm speaking to you, but I can't hear your response. I can just watch your faces, and there's this social disconnect. With our staff and our people away from us in virtual space, it's really important that we start doing social stuff together as well. So what I've implemented with my people is to have virtual cocktail hours. And we come dressed up in our favorite outfits with our favorite drink, the quarantini perhaps, bring that to the screen, and we talk about why is this my favorite drink and what does this hat mean to me, or this outfit that I'm wearing. We invite people to bring to the screen their pets, their pet projects, their family members, everyone, because you see right now, we're kind of intruding into their spaces too when we go to people's houses. We see stuff in the background. We see kids running by. There are famous examples on the internet right now of where it's gone really wrong with people, where they're in one of these sessions and someone runs in, or they've forgotten to put on certain garments and they get up and you see the whole thing. So those things happen. We're intruding into their space. But we forget that people used to get together at the water cooler and exchange ideas. They used to get together for lunch or an after work drink, and that doesn't happen anymore. So we need to organize that. So I want to challenge all of you to think of, in your groups, what can you do to make a difference in their lives? For example, a while back, my wife and I organized a virtual tea party for all our friends. And these friends were all over the world. We could bring people in from all over the world. We had fancy teacups. We had cucumber sandwiches, and we had to drink it with our pinkies in the air and talk to people about our tea party. And it was so much fun because we can do that and have the fun. We also have a group now where we exchange favorite dad jokes, really lame jokes, and you have to show up with your favorite dad jokes, and we tell jokes to each other. So that's another way how we can get together and have some fun together. And bring your family, introduce your loved one, introduce your pet, bring that to the screen so that we can make that social connection. The first time we tried the virtual cocktail party, it felt really awkward. It felt really, I don't know, artificial. It didn't feel real, but we realized that like any gathering, you just need a host who kind of guides the process and makes sure that the person who's not talking right now or not doing something, that they get pulled into the conversation as well, and just kind of keep it going, because otherwise you go in a lull in a space or everyone talks at the same time and it goes to a different place. So it needs to be a little organized, but after the second and the third time together, people get it and they adapt and they are having fun with it. So that social thing is really important to do that. And it replaces what people used to have before. So there you have it. This is kind of my message for today. There were 3 areas we looked at. The first one is the technical side of it. Make sure that you master the equipment, that you master the software, that it's easy for you to look into the camera, making eye contact, and you can keep the whole technical thing going. Stand on a box, even if it's in your bathroom, and be at eye level. The second thing was, make sure that your personality comes across, that your face fills the screen, that your enthusiasm comes across. Be there for people. They want to be led. They want to have some security, some direction. Where are we going? They want to be assured. They want to get this message of hope from you. And lastly, don't forget about the social connections. We're social beings. We're gathering now in our back rooms, our bathrooms, wherever we're gathering from. That's a little awkward at first, but it's really an opportunity for us now to become more international, to become more social, and to stay all connected. So those are my 3 tips. Be inspiring leaders, use this virtual media, and we'll all be winners together. Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Nico. That's phenomenal. And just